We work hand in hand one day. And we'll break down the prison walls. We will tear down those prison walls. Together we will tear down the prison walls on that day. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we will tear down all those prison walls on that day.
We are here today outside the British Parliament to demand freedom for Palestinian political prisoner Sheikh Khader Adnan, who has been on hunger strike for 50 days today to protest against Israel's illegal practice of punitive administrative detention, whereby thousands of Palestinians each year are caged by Israel indefinitely without charge and without trial on never-ending rolling detention orders. Father of 6 young children, Khader Adnan, a baker by trade, has spent over 6 years of his life in Israeli prisons without ever being charged with anything. He is currently on his 10th administrative detention order. Over the weekend, there were reports, false reports, that he had died. He is still alive, but is close to death, experiencing intermittent comas. His weight has dropped to a dangerous level, and he is unable to stand or move, and his heart rate has dropped. The Israel prison service has forcibly transferred him to hospital, where he is surrounded by prison guards while his hand and leg are shackled to the hospital bed. I want to first explain who Khader Adnan is, that this isn't his first hunger strike. Sheikh Khader Adnan is known as the father of the hunger strike, the symbol of Palestinian resistance and steadfastness. In 2011, after being abducted by Israel and caged without charge, he won his freedom by launching a successful 66-day hunger strike, the longest in Palestinian history at the time. Since his release, Sheikh Khader Adnan has been the voice of Palestinian political prisoners, ceaselessly defending their rights at every opportunity, and thus is a thorn in the side of the occupation. Last year, after Israel's attack on Gaza, soldiers rounded up hundreds of Palestinians, abducting them and caged them without any charge. On Tuesday, the 8th of July 2014, Israel again abducted Khader Adnan when he was returning home to share the Ramadan meal with his family near his hometown of Araba, near Jenin, in the West Bank. Khader Adnan launched this current hunger strike against Israel, issued a third administrative order against him in May 2015. The hunger strike is the last and only weapon a prisoner has left to protest against his illegal incarceration. The bill to force feed him, to take away his last weapon, now just needs approval from the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, before it becomes law. The World Medical Association has described force feeding of hunger strikers as tantamount to torture. Physicians for Human Rights says the bill will legalize torture and gross violations of medical ethics and international conventions, noting that between 1970 and 1992, when Israel permitted such force feeding, 5 Palestinian prisoners died while being force-fed. We ask our MPs to put pressure on the Israeli government to quash this torture bill, to respect the rights of prisoners to hunger strike. And we ask our MPs to put of punitive administrative detention. And we ask our MPs to put pressure on the Israeli government to free Sheikh Khader Adnan and to free all 5,000 Palestinian political prisoners that are languishing in Israeli dungeons today. Freedom for Khader Adnan! Freedom for all political prisoners!
Freedom for all political prisoners!
Freedom for Palestine!
Comrade, you don't go and hold this one. I get another banner. Just hold this one. That's okay. That's how we go. That's fine. Yeah, hold this one. Yeah, just hold this one.
I want to explain that this is just one of the many protests around the world for Sheikh Khader Adnan. As we protest here in London outside the British Parliament, there's a protest in Gaza happening right now outside the building of the International Red Cross by our friends in the Prisoners' Centre for Studies and our friends in the Committee for the Defence of Prisoner Khader Adnan. We want to thank them for helping us with information to put this protest together. A few days ago, our friends in France were violently attacked by Zionist thugs for holding a protest in solidarity with Khader Adnan. A female activist was bombed in the face with a tear gas bomb, burning her face. Her defiant message to this protest today is that they will not be intimidated. They will go on to organise more protests to demand freedom for Khader Adnan, starting on July the 4th. It follows the words of Khader Adnan's wife Randa, who said, "Those who believe in this cause should face the authorities and take to the streets, even if it means arrest. Freedom is not without a price. Freedom for Khader Adnan! Freedom for all Palestinian political prisoners! Freedom for Palestine!
Free Palestine! Palestine!
Oh, yeah, give me that. Yeah, quick, yeah. I live in Kilburn. Look, I told you could hold it one finger that way, look.
In 2011, when Khader Adnan launched his first victorious hunger strike of 66 days, it was gradually joined by other prisoners. Initially slowly, then like an avalanche, with over 1,600 other Palestinian prisoners on hunger strike. One of the first persons to join Khader Adnan's hunger strike last time was Jafar Ezzedine. Jafar Ezzedine is a father of 7 children. He couldn't complete his education, being repeatedly arrested and imprisoned by the occupation more than 7 times. So he works as a construction worker. His last hunger strike went on for 93 days before he won, and Israel agreed not to renew his administrative detention order. On day 54 of his hunger strike, he wrote, "Our open hunger strike is to protest the Israeli intelligence and their policies. Our goal is not just to gain our individual freedom, but to end the practice of administrative detention. the pointed sword on the neck of the Palestinians. This is a battle in the fight for freedom and dignity, despite all the continuing pain and torments that impair us, and despite all the pressure that we endure and is practiced against us by the Israeli prison service and Shabak to break our will from our steadfastness. However, the cowardly enemy will never undermine our steadfastness and our determination to achieve justice and freedom for all our imprisoned and hunger-striking brothers and sisters, and the oppressed, and those who were tortured by the fiery tormentors for decades. Well, once again, Jafar Ezzedine has joined Khader Adnan's hunger strike. He wrote, "Our Sheikh Khader Adnan, you will not remain alone, and be sure that I will not let you down, and I will support you with the determination of the strong people." My beloved brother, behold, I will stay to the covenant, and we are on a close date to victory, inshallah. I will feel no comfort till you win. I will not accept to touch the food till you touch it before me, and I will not break my hunger strike till I know you are okay, until you talk to me directly.
They're killing people, they are.
This is the legacy of what we were brought up on it, my beloved brother. Peace to you, to your sacrifices, to your will, and peace for your pure soul. Freedom for Jafar Ezzedine. Freedom for Khader Adnan. Freedom for all Palestinian political prisoners. Freedom for Palestine.
Khader Adnan is on hunger strike to protest against Israel's practice of administrative detention. I want to explain what administrative detention is. Administrative detention is a practice used by Israel to imprison Palestinians indefinitely without charge or trial. Prisoners are given rolling detention orders, which can be anything from 1 to 6 months, renewable indefinitely. Such practice is against international law. For example, administrative detainee Netanyahu has been locked up cumulatively for nearly 10 years without charge or trial. Khader Adnan himself has in total been caged for over 6 years under 10 administrative detention orders without charge or trial. Detention orders are based on so-called secret information, which never needs to be produced either to the detainee nor their lawyer. Administrative detention is often used to arbitrarily jail Palestinians where there is no evidence for a trial. It is also used for punishment, as in the case of 8 Palestinian MPs who are currently caged in Israeli dungeons to punish them for their political stance. Israel has, on average, issued over 2,000 detention orders every year between 2007 and 2011. Today there are 450 administrative detainees. Most of them, like Khader Adnan, having been transferred from the West Bank into Israel in contravention of Article 76 of the 4th Geneva Convention, with their families being prevented from visiting them. Administrative detention was originally created by the British, and they used a form of it called internment in Northern Ireland. So we are here outside the British Parliament to demand an end to administrative detention. We demand that Britain, having created this problem, now help fix it by pressurising the Israeli government to stop administrative detention and release the prisoners back to their families. Freedom for Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Victory to Palestine. Victory to us.
زمان comfortable بس
هي فلسطين.
ايوه كمان
so lovely to meet you.
نتأمل إنه كل الفلسطينيين يرجعوا على بيوتهم يوم ويصير سلام وكل لاجئ يرجع لبيته إن شاء الله.
That we were and